Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Thanks for coming out. 2012 Toro Recycler 22-inch Kohler Powered machine, 675. This was a group of 3 total I bought over the weekend. We had gone through these 3 to see what was up. This one was a quicker one to rectify. The one on the bench was a bear. It had a lot of issues. This thing I haven't looked at. The Boland's missing the air cover and the plug, and these 2 turds from the other day, $10 units, still have to be torn down. So this thing had a broken drive cable, traction control, so I replaced it with a new one. The cable number for this is 1192379. It just had rusted in half, so I got rid of that. Second thing is, when I had it on the side, the bowl gasket was starting to leak. So I just did a carb clean, and you can see all the crust on the bowl gasket. It needed to be replaced. So the 4-digit number on the bowl is 14053. I put 6.75 Kohler in Google, and I got a gasket number 120410-SAM or S. So that's that. So when we fired this thing off, it vibrated. This was the wrong blade on here. There was no spacer. This thing was dancing around, so I threw a used blade on it, and we started this thing, and the blade was fine. It didn't vibrate. So basically that's the part scenario. The other issue was the main issue, the recoil was blown out, so I stole this one off another Kohler. That's how we were able to start this thing. When we took the recoil off, these 2 back studs pulled out of the block, so we're able to manipulate these off the recoil housing and reset them down. So we're going to put this thing back together, the 675 149 2012. The other one on the ground over there is a 2012 as well. No real issue with the carb clean, other than that crusted out bowl gasket. There was a little bit of sediment in the bowl. I didn't ultrasonic clean it. I just cleaned it out real well. Took some sandpaper up here on the flywheel because it had some surface rust. And I took a little sandpaper here and roughed up the kill block. This actually grounds out against the flywheel and kills the coil. If there's any kind of buildup on that puck, it's not going to ground out. So let's put this back together, put it down on the ground. Looks like my brother just showed up, so we'll put him to work here. Let me just manipulate this thing back together. I'm just doing a video on this machine.
Yeah, before I forget, bring me a cattle bin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm almost done here. Okay. I thought there was another air breather tube. Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, the thermostatic wafer was missing two nuts. I came up with two nuts to secure that. So this thing was a dog. In the initial video, we kept jumping around to multiple issues. So let me grab a 10 and start putting this thing back. We know it's going to start. We had it running. Okay, so that's that. I blew out the air filter. I'll change that once we get squared away. I'm going to leave the used blade on until I'm sure it's functioning. The other thing I did while I had it up here was oil up all the wheels. I took all four wheels off. They were extremely rusty on the axles, greased up the adjusters. So that was done. Okay, let me put the recoil on. I had disassembled the recoil that came with it to see if the spring was broken, and it had rusted in half. So I think I could come up with another spring from another blown out recoil. I do have these new in stock. They just don't say Kohler on them. They're aftermarket. So they leave this space here blank so they don't run into trouble with copyright infringement issues. Oil on this was good. I think the other Kohler Powered machine on the ground didn't have much oil in it. We had to add new oil. So what else needs to be attached? Everything's attached. Oh, safety brake cable was stuck. So I took that off, the 112-8818 part number on the safety brake cable, and I oiled that up. So we have a cable that's free and clear. Okay, let me put this down. So we're nearly done this one. That was quite the drop. I should have been more easy on the release. Everything shook off of the table. Hope you guys are having a good day. We still have quite a few mowers to go over that came in this weekend. I have to do initial videos on them. And some 2-cycle stuff. Guy messaged me that's brought me stuff. He ended up buying a machine from me, and I told him if he ever found mowers to let me know. So he just messaged me with a Kawasaki powered, self-propelled, I think it was a Toro. He said it would start and stall. He says, how much is it worth? I told him I'd give him 30. So he hasn't responded. Maybe he didn't think 30 was an acceptable amount. But it's kind of hard just by pictures to tell him. It looked shiny and red. It looked in good condition, Kawasaki powered. So I figured I couldn't go wrong with 30. If it starts and stalls, sounds like a carburetor. Clean. Okay, let me remove the string from the safety brake bar so I can stop this thing. Oh, the other thing I got to do is adjust the traction control cable. So let me get an 11 millimeter socket for that, or I can do that off camera if I don't have an 11 nearby. Okay, I got an 11. So let me, how can I do this? I'll get creative. This is creative camera work. Oh wow, that's something. Never did the side shoot before. Okay. Let me put the cord up where it goes. So that worked good. I took all the tension out of the traction control cable, used an 11 millimeter socket, tightened it back down so that engaged. So we're looking good on this. Just the blade will need attention. Probably change it out. I'm making you dizzy. Had you way upside down. So 2012 turned out good. We're nearly done. We'll do the new blade since I'll ask a lot for this during season. See, I just got a new Toro bag in over the weekend. I gave $5 for it. Let's see if this is the right one. There's several different bag configurations. No, this isn't the one. So I'll save this for another machine. It doesn't fit the handles. Okay, thanks for coming out, you guys. Tip your waitress and wait staff. Adios, amigos.